Hey yo, what is going on, viewers of the tube? My name is Tyler and welcome to the channel that brings you some of the best research in the crypto game. We take the time to move past today's news headlines and connect the dots others might miss. Crypto research is like an internet treasure hunt, and I'm Blackbeard. You know the drill. It's time for Chico Crypto. Everyone wants another crypto bull run to happen, the time when euphoria sets in and any trade you make is a winner. Now, I've been in crypto since late 2013 and was invested during two of Bitcoin's parabolic runs. I got my first Bitcoin under 200 in October of 2013 off of local Bitcoins, and it shot up under a month to over 400. So I made my first large dump into Bitcoin on November 14th, 2013, when I got over 5.85 BTC for under 2,500. Now that I was heavily invested, I started researching and looking up everything I could crypto, and I learned about the altcoins and the gains that were being made with those. Now, altcoins were much different back in 2013. No ERC20 contracts, so they were either their own blockchain or a fork of Bitcoin, and that's about it. It took a team or person with decent technical knowledge to launch a coin, much harder than an ERC20 contract. These alts had limited liquidity and were usually listed on some very shady exchanges. But it boils down to this: these altcoins were popular because they were something new. So there was an alt season happening, and I wanted in. To understand this alt season, just look at coin market cap on November 20th, 2013. 35 listed coins. In just over a month, on December 24th, the number of coins pretty much doubled to 67. And here's the thing, this alt season lasted even after the Bitcoin December 2013 peak of 1,200, when the price was crashing. I know this because I got suckered into Mintcoin around February of 2014. I think I put in like $500 early and the thing basically 5x'd. But I was a rook and I held it back down to basically where I bought it at. I got tricked into one more altcoin project back then, Spartancoin, an ICO that ended up being a major flop, barely making it to an exchange and had no volume to even sell the garbage. There was another ICO that caught my eye, AntShares, but being burnt by Spartancoin kept me far away. Alt season was over and Bitcoin was back in an extended bear market. The price went right back down to where I bought my first one at, and my large purchase had lost half its value. I was a broke college student fighting to get my MBA and spent over a year learning about crypto and Bitcoin, only to lose money. It was hard to keep throwing money at this, so I basically forgot about Bitcoin for a year, finished my MBA, got a job in the corporate world in 2016, and worked there throughout. I kept my eye on Bitcoin, and throughout 2016 it kept growing, and by the beginning of 2017 it surpassed its old all-time high. Once again, I knew that it was on. I took my Bitcoin and invested in something I remembered I should have invested back in the dead bear market, the Chinese Ethereum AntShares. It took me a few months, but by May of 2017, I gained the confidence to throw a large chunk of my growing Bitcoin stack into AntShares at around 46 cents. And now I have a record of what happened. You just have to watch my YouTube channel. Once again, altcoins suckered me. I held AntShares, now NEO, all the way to the top, holding it through the China FUD of 2017. Which crashed the price, but it bounced back in September of 2017, when the real parabolic bull run in alt season began. This time due to something Ethereum did, the formalization of the ERC20 contract. Like I mentioned before this, projects needed to create their own blockchain or fork another to create a cryptocurrency, which was a barrier to entry, as it did take a good amount of technical knowledge. The ERC20 token absolutely took this barrier to entry away and literally opened the floodgates for any project to run an ICO, initiating an alt season of the likes which had never been seen. It all began with the ERC20 token, which was created in October of 2015. Looking at CoinMarketCap then, 689 cryptos had been created by creating their own blockchain and consensus or forking another. ERC20 ICOs started coming, with Augur, then DigiX, then Golem. And by September of 2017, the ERC20 token had been officially formalized, and guess what? The number of cryptos doubled again. Looking at CoinMarketCap then, the number was now 1,118. And did I get suckered into some of these garbage ERC20 token ICOs that were mostly just white papers? Oh hell yes I did. It was literally the dirt and fertilizer that made these ICOs grow. Did I hold my NEO all the way to the top and then all the way back down to the bottom? Oh hell yes. Did I make and lose more money in the span of a year and a half than I thought I would ever make or lose in my life? Oh, hell yes, too. But this time I stuck around and kept learning and understanding why the markets move like they do. It took me until February of 2019 to release my emotional holds on my investments that had pumped like mad in 2017 and start strategizing and investing in the next projects that will be the kickers that initiate the next parabolic bull run. So let me break down and summarize what I have learned through my journey so far, because hindsight is such a beautiful thing. A technical achievement is what kicks off the bull run. The first one in 2011 was because it was Bitcoin. The next one in 2013 was because of forks of Bitcoin. The next one in 2017 was because of ERC20 contracts and ICOs. After this, everyone thought it was going to be STOs that would kick off the next run. And then IEOs came around in the beginning of 2019. They were almost enough to kick off another bull run, as some of the early ones saw some massive early gains, like BitTorrent and Matic. But IEOs were not a technical achievement by no means. They were just an ICO, now more heavily controlled by VCs and centralized exchanges, which resulted in pump and dumps from every one launched, on every exchange. Binance is just a good example. BitTorrent, Matic, Harmony One, Elrond, and Wink. IEOs are not the thing that will kick off the next run. Now I have a prediction based on what I learned in the past and what I foresee coming in the future. Just like in 2017, Bitcoin will bring the liquidity for the next run. But once again, it will be a technical achievement from Ethereum, which sparks madness and parabolic price movements. And this is already in full motion. It will come from Ethereum DeFi, as if you look close enough, the fundamentals of this arena are in a bull run. Ethereum DeFi wasn't even a known word before this year. In the past couple of years, when Bitcoin and the markets have been going down, Ethereum DeFi has been going up. Just going to DeFi Pulse and looking at the charts from all time, total value locked up has went from nothing to over $500 million, most of it coming in the last year. Total value in Ethereum is booming. The number of Ethereum is booming. The number of Bitcoin being locked up into Ethereum's ecosystem is taking off, and DAI creation went parabolic. In the beginning of 2019, there were only a few DeFi projects, but checking out DeFiPrime.com, there are now 199 projects, and 181 of them are built on Ethereum. That is why I have been and still will be making big changes to my portfolio. Everyone knows my Chainlink move. It's a decentralized Oracle solution built with Ethereum in mind. But it is blockchain agnostic, and some big news dropped regarding this a few days ago. Hyperledger announced Project Avalon, or its trusted compute framework, and this brings together sponsorship from Intel, IEOs Blockchain Tech, who has a partnership with Intel for privacy-preserving off-chain computing using Intel SGX technology. Blockchain breadcrumb there. Alibaba Cloud, Baidu, BGI, Chainlink, Consensus, EEA, IBM, Kaleido, Microsoft, Banco Santander, Wipro, Oracle, and Monax. Then looking into the documentation of Hyperledger Avalon, it shows what each contributor is providing. The blockchain ones we are worried about is Chainlink and IEOs. First, Intel and IEOs. So it looks like Intel has 7 contributors, delivering the core trusted compute framework infrastructure and Intel SGX specific code. Remember, IEOs was working with Intel and SGX. Now, IEOs has 4 contributors that will develop Ethereum smart contracts, integrate TEE options that support most of the mainstream programming languages and native applications, and improve TCF ease of use for developers. Now, Chainlink, 3 contributors that will contribute to TCF's plans for how to integrate with decentralized oracles and attested oracles, which will be able to provide both TCF computations and various on-chain computations enabled by them with secure access to various key API inputs and enterprise payment event outputs. And if you look at the top of this documentation, the motivation behind this is improved blockchain throughput and scalability, improved transaction privacy, and attested oracles, the thing Chainlink is providing. Besides Chainlink, and now maybe I might have to pick up some IEOs, most of my new money flow has been going into other DeFi projects, which are leaving breadcrumbs into why they are going to be an integral component or are just plain out performing well. Like 0x Protocol, because if you have been picking up on the crumbs, big things are coming. Version 3.0, I mean, and it's already in security audits. This month, the governance vote happens, and by 11/11, it's live on the mainnet. And this includes their own version of staking, where takers in the ecosystem pay a protocol fee, and the market makers in 0x receive their share of the fees as a rebate based on the number of 0x staked. Ecosystem participants like you and me can enter into staking pools with these makers to share in the rewards. But the bigger technical achievement is the launch of the 0x Mesh Network in November as well. 0x has a large trail of crumbs, and if anyone is interested in the full video on my research, let me know in the comments. And if you watch my channel, you know my other DeFi picks. Of course, Ethereum, Kyber Network, MakerDAO and DAI, and Ren. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.